What's the difference between a tiger and your average house cat, a fox and your dog, a crocodile and your lizard pet, a shark and that goldfish you keep in your aquarium? Well, some are domesticated, or at least virtually harmless, while others are wild and aggressive. But we have actually been living with some of the most dangerous creatures without even knowing. These creatures come in many forms, in many sizes, and in many shapes. So how can we exactly identify which ones are dangerous and which ones are not? Hello everyone, and welcome to GenZone. In this video, we'll explore the terrestrial, aquatic, and aerial animal masters to help you identify the most dangerous creatures that you basically see every day. But before we go on, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you're new to the channel. Subscribe with the notification bell for future updates. Oh, and you should share with your friends, just so they know which animals are dangerous and which aren't. Number 10. Ants. These creatures are the perfect example behind the famous saying, small but terrible. Who would have thought that these itsy-bitsy creatures are actually able to bring the Grim Reaper to your doormat? Among the several different species, fire ants are of the most perilous. They're known for their light brownish-red color like so many other kinds of ants, but one can differentiate them from others due to their aggressiveness. Basically, there are roughly 12,000 species of ants, and out of those 12,000 species, fire ant variants accounts for 280 species around the world. Based on reports, a sting from a potent fire ant may cause fatal anaphylaxis, which is a serious allergic reaction that rapidly spreads to other parts of a victim's body, which may consequently cause death. On the brighter side, most people who get bitten by fire ants don't usually react that way. And here's an interesting tidbit. Approximately 30 people in the United States die from ant bites each year. Number 9. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are one of those creatures that we just can't avoid unless you live in a land that has snow on the ground for 7 months of the year. Even if we find ways to temporarily shoo them away, they have their own ways to come back and violate your body by penetrating their needle-like mouth through your skin and feeding on your precious blood for the nutritional value for their larvae. Most mosquito bites just make you itch, but some mosquitoes carry and transfer malaria and dengue, which are both fatal without proper medication and treatment. As a result, these little pests are responsible for the deaths of more than 2 million people a year. Most recently, mosquitoes were identified as carriers of the scary Zika virus as well, which just makes them all the more despised and dangerous. Number 8. Hornets. Hornets can be found in continents like Europe, Africa, and North America, but apparently the giant ones, measuring up to 1.5 inches in length, are most notable in Asia. They may seem puny and not so intimidating as compared to bees and cockroaches, but these little hover buzzers kill 30 to 50 humans per year due to their sting, especially the giant hornets. Although the stings of an average normal hornet may be associated with those with wasps and bee stings, which are usually bearable and treatable, the thumb-sized giant hornets are technically not something you could just treat and cover with an over-the-counter ointment. Records show that specifically in China and Japan, people who get attacked and stung by giant hornets suffer not only from unbearable pain, but mostly from intense and rapid allergic reactions, which normally cause premature death. Number 7. Stonefish. Stonefish are undeniably popular in the regions of Australia, Indonesia, and India because some prominent and world-class seafood dishes are made from these creatures. They are ironically noticeable for their similar looks to a rock, which is supposed to hide them from predators by being unnoticeable. However, stonefish, despite its popularity as an exotic dish, turns out to be the most venomous fish in the world. By their ability to camouflage with reefs and rocks, they're able to fool their prey and convince a swimmer that they're about to secure their footing on a stone. Their 13 spines standing proudly along their back are the hazards that release bucket loads of pain. Each spine has the specific gland that holds the deadly venom, which is released every time a prey or a predator gets pricked. If you're ever unlucky enough to step on one of these, then you'd better haul your butt to the nearest hospital, pray, and start making preparations to meet your maker. Number 6. Blue-ringed octopus. This creature that's mostly found in the Pacific regions, such as Australia, Japan, India, and the Philippines, was able to record 3 human kills per year. The blue-ringed octopus. While most octopus squirt ink as their line of defense, the blue-ringed octopus dispenses a deadly poison in the form of tetrodotoxin, a deadly toxin also found in pufferfishes. Enough to kill 26 humans within minutes. Despite its power, this marine creature is only the size of a pencil and can be spotted by the noticeable blue rings on its body. But on the positive note, it's unlikely that you'll encounter these killers, as they tend to hide in dark crevices about 165 feet underwater. But perhaps you could see them in seafood markets too, only that they can't release the deadly toxins anymore. Number 5. Cone snail. If you're an ardent seafood lover, then you've surely tried dishes made from different marine creatures, and probably even had a cone snail and not even realized it. If you have, then you're among the brave, because this marine creature kills about 36 people a year, excluding those whose death from eating cone snails are off record. These snails usually thrive in tropical warm waters. To bring familiarity of how they look, their highly notable feature is the cone-shaped shell with various blotchy coloring that's astonishingly mesmerizing. Well, this deceiving snail may look harmless, but studies were able to investigate that this mollusk is actually deadly to both fish and humans. Its venom is normally not intended to harm humans, but when it does, it starts with paralysis, then induces a coma, and eventually leads to death. Number 4. Horses. You may not believe this at first, but if you try to ask any equestrians whom you might know, you bet they can attest that horses are blatantly dangerous and sometimes deadly. We all know that horses are one of the domestic animals that people just love. However, as per the record, horses, behind their loving eyes, majestic figure, and normally laid-back traits, turn out to have an average of 20 humans killed per year. Considering their massive size and enormous weight of an average horse, perhaps this is no surprise that most of the horse-related deaths, which are put into record, are due to accidents that the horses themselves are not even aware of. Most of these horse-related deaths can occur when they fall, accidentally step on humans, or feel threatened and kick their human masters. With that said, who wants to compete in the rodeo? Number 3. Bees. If you're literally trying to run for your life if you get harassed by a bee, then you have all the reasons to. Bees are recorded to have killed an average of 100 humans per year worldwide. Every time you hear or see a bee buzzing around, you better just let it go away on its own, because according to scientific investigations, bee stings cause highly allergic reactions. Number 2. Elephants. With an average human kill of 500 per year, elephants prove they can be powerful creatures if they really want to, let alone when they really aren't trying. Usually found in Asia and Africa, these creatures were claimed to be affectionate, especially if they grow up with humans. However, these gentle giants can be the total opposite when they're provoked, both intentionally and unintentionally, especially if they're provoked in groups. That would be a total disaster that Death himself is afraid to butt in. With the number of kills it commits per year, ruthless hunters kill about 100 elephants each year. Number 1. Spiders. Spiders are literally the most common creature that love taking up residence in our domains, becoming a welcome guest for some and a nightmare for others. Whether you live in a mansion, a cabin, an ordinary standalone house, or even in an apartment, we simply can't deny that these creatures can't stay out of our way. Well, you better think twice before you decide to combat some spiders, because it turns out that these 8-legged creatures are silent killers, basically dangerous enough to end a person's life. In fact, in the United States alone, it's been recorded that spiders have an average human kill of 6 per year. And if you're unlucky enough, you might just be part of this number if you're not careful when handling them. Heaven forbid! Some of these creatures apparently are as venomous as snakes when they bite, but the silver lining of this is among all 43,000 species of spiders around the globe, only less than 30 species are known to kill humans because other deadly ones are only venomous towards animals. Spider-related human deaths are mainly due to allergic reactions driven by the venom from a spider bite. So what do you think? What do you think of the 10 deadly creatures you see every day? Do you know of any other creature that we haven't mentioned on this list? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you're new to Gen Zone, give us a thumbs up, subscribe with the notification bell for future updates. Until next time.